What's going on, boys and girls? All right, Donald Epstein has given Iran a 48-hour ultimatum to open up the Strait of Hormuz, or he's going to start bombing all their electrical grid and power stations over there. So now, if you guys been watching my crap for 10 years now, my videos, you will see that I've been telling y'all from the beginning that the only people that suffer during wars is the people, not the governments that are in their little dugouts, their little hideouts, and wherever. The people are going to be the ones that suffer. But they voted. They allow these pedophile, demonic, tyrant, mafia leaders to run their world. So therefore, you get what you deserve. I'm sorry to say it. This goes all around the world. China, Russia, North Korea, USA. You're going to get what you deserve if you suffer. If the gas prices go up, if the food goes up, if everything goes up, if the economy collapses in the United States, because you guys understand that the United States only exists because of the petrodollar. Okay? JP Morgan and all these banks have created the reserve, the Federal Reserve, giving them the power to print all the money they want, to fund all the wars they want and do what they want, but all that is held up and based off the petrodollar. So when you shut down the Strait of Hormuz and the petrodollar gets squeezed, it could collapse the United States, depending on how bad all this becomes. Because if Donald Epstein, goes after Iran and starts blowing up their infrastructure, Iran's going to retaliate and start blowing up oil fields over in Saudi Arabia and all that over there, which is good. Hey man, fair is fair in war. So, theoretically, you know, if the petrodollar collapses, which it will, then the United States financially is going to collapse. Now, the question is all of this planned? You know, do they want to collapse the dollar and bring in the Bitcoin system, the beast coin system that the Antichrist is going to use to mark you? So is it all planned out? You know, that's the question. Donald Epstein went down there after Venezuela to get to secure that oil, but that oil is really thick. Okay, it can't be just pumped and shipped. Okay, did you guys know that Venezuela relied on Iranian oil to thin out their oil so they could actually make money on it? You guys understand that? So does that make sense to you that Donald Epstein secured Venezuela, but now he needs Iran? He needs that oil to thin out Venezuelan oil so they can actually use it. Wow. And he makes up some bullshit story that the Iranian government mistreats their people. They're evil. We're over here raping kids and we're eating kids and we're putting them in a blender and we're drinking their blood. But the Iranian leaders, you know, they're evil. Okay? We can't have that. We got to take care of that right now. They might get nukes down the road. They might, you know, the same old bullshit story. The same thing with Saddam Hussein and all the rest of them. They make up these stories right about the time when these governments start telling that they're going to trade their oil in another currency besides the US dollar. Okay? So once again, the United States needs the petrodollar or it will collapse. Okay, you guys are $200 trillion in debt, but it's your own fault because you have allowed these demons. You voted for these demons. You're gonna this. It's your own damn fault if all hell breaks loose. I want to tell you guys a little story real quick. Like there was a guy named oh man, a preacher. I can't remember his name. Wilkerson, David Wilkerson. I did videos on him years ago, but I'm going to bring him up again one more time. David Wilkerson was a really well-known preacher back in the day, and he wrote a couple books, and all this stuff started coming true. But he wrote one book called Set Thy Trumpet to Thy Mouth, talking about the end days. He's dead now. But this book, he was talking about how the United States is going to collapse financially. And when that happens, he said, we will be attacked. Okay? So, if you know, and he said that the nukes that we have will remain in their hold, and we're not going to release the nukes. So in other words, whoever is attacking us with nukes is going to be allowed to do so. And I'm looking at this whole scenario right now. We're wearing ourselves out with Iran, because Iran is not what Trump is telling you. Okay, I mean Epstein, Donald Epstein. It is not what Donald Epstein is telling you, that we already won the war. We're already, you know, we got everything taken care of. He's full of shit. He's a liar. No way. Not even close. Iran has a lot of firepower, and they are nowhere near being destroyed. But if the petrodollar collapses and everything is going to collapse, maybe then these world leaders are all in bed together to bring in this beast coin, and they got to get rid of the dollar. Maybe this is all part of the plan. That they will collapse the dollar. They will allow the United States to be bombed, like David Wilkerson predicted. And then we will start with the beast coin in the Antichrist system. You never know, man. I mean, right now would be a good time for it. If it is going to happen, you know, sort of makes sense. Maybe, I don't know, because like I say, the United States is over there exhausting all our resources. Now they're sending all these Marines over there. We got all of our military over there, far away from home, not protecting us here. And who knows, maybe they will allow the United States, because financially we're doomed anyway. We're already doomed financially. If the petrodollar gets destroyed because of what's going on over there, financially we're already screwed. So the government has to, and then, you know, if they might even attack themselves, for all you guys know. They're going to drop nukes on your own land and then blame it on Iran, or blame it on whatever. Some false flag bullshit story that these pedophiles will bring up. You know, and again, you dumbasses out there are going to believe what they say, maybe. Who knows? Who cares? Because most people are dumbasses. They believe Satan. Anyway, man, interesting what David Wilkerson wrote about, you know, the United States being attacked because financially we are destroyed. That's what he said. Financially, we will be destroyed first. Then we will be attacked. Huh. Interesting. All right, guys. Peace out. Take care. God bless. Have a great day.